YouTube, what's up? How's it going? Bronze League Heroes. Eric against Mo. We got 900 MMR players. They're top bronze / bottom of silver. It's undead against human. A matchup we haven't seen all that much. I wonder how it's going to be. Eric is going to send his 3 acolytes to gold, send gold to lumber. All things are well. And he pulls an acolyte from gold and starts a crypt and a graveyard. Very interesting. At all times of the Warcraft history where this was a meta build, which covers a very large span of Warcraft meta history, the only matchup where you would never play this build was against human and night elf. So when I said the only matchup, I meant the only 2 matchups. You play this against orc and against undead, not against human and elf. They can punish this too heavily. And he's doing the more outdated 2003 variant that follows up with the ziggurat instead of an altar. I love seeing... Oh, and he's also fitting in an acolyte, which actually does not fit into this build. You cannot make a scout acolyte with this build, because you exactly have space for 1 second ghoul, 2 fiends, and an altar. That's all you have space for. Now he's gonna find himself with... And what? Why is the altar so far forward, Eric? Look, he cannot even make ghoul immediately because he spent money on acolyte. Why is the altar here? What did the altar do to you? What did the altar ever do wrong to you? Why is it so exposed, so unsafe? Altar of darkness. Okay, I know. He wants to spread blight. Alright. Let's cast our critical gaze on the other side. Moo. How's it going, Moo? What are you doing? Moo is so lucky we started by observing the undead. Because there's a lot that's left to be desired. No barracks, no peasant production, and an archmage. Oh my god. Alright, the 2 matchups where you can go, oh, there is a barracks! It's just coming a little later. Okay, like me during swimming class. Yeah, we used to have these off days in high school where we would all go swimming at the local swimming pool, and I'd be literally the only kid that doesn't know. I would show up at school, everybody knew. They're all swimming, and I show up with my books at school, not because I'm a nerd, want to learn, but because I don't write down notes in my calendar and I don't remember things people tell me. But my head was full of games instead, so it did lead to something good, something I'm very happy about. But you know, we all pick our stats in life. Sometimes we don't pick our stats. They are randomly rolled. You score high on some things and low on other things. Mo here is scoring high on agility and intelligence. He's summoning spells and he's running. But he doesn't have as much raw strength as Eric. Now, I don't think Eric is even watching this. I think he sicked the Pit Lord on the Archmage. And just looked away. Oh, I love it. Yes. All right. Okay, cool. Yeah. All right. So I think he's going to build the Silk Road towards Moo's base. Yeah, it'll take a while. And he's going to get actually a little disappointed as he finds out you can't build in the water. But he's slowly building a path of buildings all the way to Mo's base. Mo currently has 1,500 resources in the bank. There we go. Yeah, that was... I mean, I get it. I get it. He was extremely microing his hero. And had 900 gold and 500 lumber when he finally teched. He's also making his second footman. Okay, cool. So everything's just a little different. Circlet and boots of speed. Cool. He can kite Destromoth better now. And what are we doing, Destromoth? Yes, of course. A spirit tower. Much cooler than a Nerubian tower. Would you rather have a sound like this? That deals damage, a lot of damage, and looks cool? Or would you rather have something that goes like this? Of course you want the cool sound and the high damage. The Nerubian slows, but it doesn't deal a lot of damage, and it doesn't have the same visual or auditory impact. Hey, I've quit games before that I tried on Steam because they lack the panache. They lack the sound effects. So I understand this spirit tower. And of course people are like, but you haven't given Terraria much of a chance. Of course, if you don't talk to the guide, well then you're not going to get the game. Look at this ADD YouTuber, Twitcher that cannot even talk to the guide. Yeah, but I keep getting attacked by creeps while I talk to him. Had nothing to do with this. I thought there was a segue there, but it has literally nothing to do with this. It's just coming up, bubbling from the surface of my own insecurity. Sorry, that really wasn't appropriate to talk about Terraria at all. Terraria actually has very good music. Very good sound. That's not what it did wrong. In fact, I think that's the only thing I enjoyed about it. Anyway, yeah, it's cleave first. Of course it's cleave first. Eric is using his ghouls for creeping. This is nice. He went to tier 2. But he's using all of his workers for fighting. So he has 50 lumber. He's going on to 1,000 gold. He got to tier 2, but because of the spirit tower expense, because of the reckless ghoul usage and the continuous ghoul usage, he will never have enough lumber for anything. It's so ironic. People that have a lot of money aren't spending it. Like Mo. He's got 2,000 resources. And the people that need it the most haven't got it. Eric. And in fact, his life choices are continuing to make him have no money. Because he keeps fighting with the ghouls, burning it as he gets it. In the Netherlands, we would say he has a hole in his hand. He can't keep hold of any possessions. Well, the Halls of the Dead and the Spirit Tower are working away at trying to defend his base. The ghouls, what are they doing? Nothing. Okay. This is such a typical... I don't know if this is being a bit classist. I guess it is. I'm just not going to say anything. I used to have, I no longer do. I like to think I no longer do. I used to have this image of Dutch construction workers. That anytime you look at them, they're standing around. I mean, it's government job, government contract. They get contract for decades. They show up with like 10 people. They're standing next to the job. Anytime I walk by, they're all standing and talking. And I know it's a hard job. I know I'm lucky. And this is like discriminatory and judgmental and everything. And I know it's a bad example to compare it to like China or something. But every time I saw construction works in China, whatever the reasons for it, okay? Slow down, buddy. I like living here, all right? They're always working. They're always working. We don't have to cancel me. I get it. I get it. But those ghouls, they looked a little Dutch for a moment. That's all I'm saying. Nothing wrong with that. I love the Netherlands. I love my people. Okay, Paladin second. And what else? 2,500 resources. Yeah, no offense. I'm safe. There's a blacksmith here. An arcane sanctum. You know, many bronze players, they tend to power build their buildings, whether they use it or not. But I feel like Mo knows. He's not going to spend this anytime soon. He doesn't want to be hasty. He's not using his barracks. Who knows if he will ever use the sanctum? There's no need to rush things. He's playing Warcraft 3 and aiming for the long run. Double farm. Oh, there we go. All right. We've made a choice. I don't know what the trigger was for him to go for the rifles, but he's made his choice. It's not going to be easy, I will say that. Against Cleave from Destroma. Well, I really thought it should be like Max Cleave with Howl of Terror, but it's Rain of Fire. I mean, auto attacks deal more damage than Rain of Fire. Reminds me of the time every time in Dota 2 when I use snipers assassinate at melee range instead of auto attacking 8 times. Holy, holy, holy! Destromath! No, the Archmage! Oh my god, what a close fight! I think this is honestly super close for them, right? I think it's super exciting for both of them. Like, that was such an epic battle. Destromath was one hit away from dying, and the Archmage instead died. It's so sick. What an epic battle. It's a small scale battle. Mo is using just a semblance of his power. It's like Zaraki Kenpachi without Bankai. Mo is Zarakiing Ichigo, and Ichigo is crying right now. But we know how that ends eventually. He just needs a little bit of time to scale into the battle, and scale he is. Eric has been dragged down to Mo's level and is being beaten over the head with mediocrity. Look at this. He's got 2,000 gold himself. He's stopped spending as well. I seriously feel like this replay got desynchronized, but I think they're just so busy fighting. Oh yeah, rain of fire the creeps. They're so busy fighting that they're just not spending. I don't know what it is about this game, because we're at a similar MMR as other games we've watched where people are spending their resources. And they both got this wonky build. That's crazy. 2,000 gold in the bank. But their hero control is not bad, right? Eric has kept his hero alive all this time. He's doing creeping. He's got a cool build. I think it's gonna be Necromancers with Necromancer upgrade. And then it's gonna give Unholy Frenzy to the Pit Lord. I'll be so surprised if this is Banshees instead. Oh, wow! Dude, I love it. I used to do this as well. You always wonder, is it worth it, right? You make a necropolis for food, and then should you ever make your second necropolis into a Halls of the Dead to match your Halls of the Dead that you already have? Because you don't need it for obviously for tech. You've already unlocked the tech. But there's 2 reasons to do it. 3, it looks cooler. Second reason, redundancy. In case you lose your main Halls of the Dead, you've got another. And the 3rd reason is damage. Now, in a Reign of Chaos, Halls of the Dead deals like 30 physical damage with piercing type. So that was just one really big spirit tower. Overcosted, yes, but if you have a lot of money anyway, sure. But now it's just like kind of a long range slow. 800 range slow, low damage. It's not as exciting. Eric is gonna... Oh wait, hold on a second. He's got Cleave, Rain of Fire, and Howl of Terror? Okay. He is resistant to the Holy Lights because he has Ruined Bracers. Surely he's gonna heal pot, right? Okay, it is gonna be Necromancer. This is a very scary big rifle attack. Another slow on the Death Knight. Oh! He doesn't have cooldown for heal pot yet. Watch out! Austin, watch out! Ah, Destramath down. And what a shame to die with 2,400 resources in the bank. But he was under so much pressure. That early Archmage harass, the Paladin follow-up. Great pressure by Mo. He didn't even use most of his resources. But eventually, when he started making Rifleman, he stepped on the metal and he kept producing. And then he did an attack. Got some slow. It was great. Yeah, just a hero killer. Noob hero focuser, Vivi. Here's game number 2 that we're watching. It's DayWalker against Insu. And I'm already excited about what I'm seeing because if there's any sign that someone is going to go Paladin Rifle, it's this right here. 4 on gold, 2 on wood. Now this is too soon to be making a building. I've done a lot of optimization and testing on how to make the best Paladin Rifle build order. If you go to my Discord, I just pasted it in the Warcraft build order channel. I carefully measured it out in order to have 10 peasants. Can I remove thing? Yeah. In order to have 10 peasants instead of the usual 8, which is part of the common Paladin Rifle build order. And the 10 peasants is helpful for lower level players in order to have a little bit more lumber and more leeway to make mistakes. This build looks like it could use a lot of improvements. Because his farm is too late, which means his Paladin will not be produced, which means his altar was too early. He could have been mining. He's also still got 4 in gold, which means he's losing gold. And while he's not spending it now, eventually this will mean slower tech. I'm just gonna, for fun, give you the timings of my Paladin Rifle build order. And then we're gonna compare it to this one. And the reason I'm doing this is not to criticize DayWalker. I think it's awesome he's doing a relatively difficult build order. And I also think Pala Rifle is quite effective at lower level. Because it's just like a lot of defense and firepower. But I'll give you the timestamps. And the reason for this is educational. Just so you understand the difference of having a build order or not having one. Because I can imagine if you're starting to learn a game that it can sound or feel a little tedious in order to have to adhere to a build order. And you don't have to, right? You can do anything you want and it's totally your freedom. But I would like to posit that it's not you have to, but it feels good to do it. It's actually fun to do it. And so I'll show you my timings and they're actually right here. At 2:27, my paladin finishes. This is my timestamp. I did the testing on this. So it's currently at 2:20 on game time. You guys can see that right here, right? 2:27. So my paladin finishes, and my first rifle is almost done. So now my paladin will be done, my rifle will be done. So that's kind of similar-ish, right? But he's quite a bit slower. And then by 3 minutes and 9 seconds, I'll be teching to tier 2 with 2 riflemen and 26 population, with no resources in the bank, no tower, and I have 10 peasants. So we'll come back at 3:09 and see where we're at, and we'll come back when he techs and see where that's at. And then you realize, like, wow, I could do almost the exact same build-up. I get all the same buildings, but even though I have all the same buildings, I just have less money, less gold, less wood, fewer units, slower tech. And then you think, okay, maybe build order can be nice. But we look now at the time, my techs would have started now, and so can his. So it's actually remarkably similar, right? He's got 2 rifles, he has the money to tech up, and I guess in total it is possible to be remarkably similar on the timing now, but he has 2 peasants less. So he did lose money from not mining gold for a while, and he only has 8 peasants, and that's gonna potentially cost him lumber later. He's also very busy, so he's not teching up right now. So it's just little optimizations, I guess, for the most part. Like, he's creeping slower, right? My build, you'll have more experience points. You will take less damage because you're, using everything. But at the end of the day, he's still getting everything important done. So it's just, if you like, optimizing your build. On the other side, we've got Insu. He finished this creep camp, but he must have struggled a bit because this creep camp purges wolves. Then we have a double burrow and a barracks opening with a war mill follow-up. He has the ability to make more grunts, but is not doing so just yet. But he does pick up a couple of cool items, one of illusion, claws of attack. Paladin picks up devotion aura. He has started his tech finally and realized, oh, I have a lot of money. Very good habit by DayWalker to put 3 rifles in production immediately. I think more people should do this when they realize they have a lot of money. It's a very good habit. And of course, at the lower levels, you're always going to bank up resources, and you can compensate for that in a very easy to execute way by just clicking that button a couple of more times. So this is a great choice. Vault upgrades. I like what I'm seeing here. Just waiting a little bit for his paladin to regen, and then he's going to take this camp. He's somewhat aware that pooling the camp can reduce damage taken, which is why he didn't walk at it, but made it walk at his rifle. And then he's going to get this claws of attack, so Paladin able to do quite a bit of damage. Insu, what is he going to do? Shadow Hunter and Double Bestiary. Note, by the way, that neither of them has scouted the opponent. So if Insu is actually... Oh, he is. Oh my god, wow. He's actually going to go straight Wyverns without scouting. That is very gutsy, because, you could be facing 10 footmen or 6 rifles. Someone could be going Dragonhawk Riders or Flying Machines or Knights. They could have an expand or not. So this is the type of build where you just hope. It's kind of a blind all-in. Wyverns don't have a lot of staying power. I mean, it could be Raiders, right, or Bats, but he got the ranged attack upgrade, so I'm pretty sure it's going to be Wyverns. And Wyverns will struggle against Rifles, I'm not going to lie. Rifles are a big counter to Wyverns. And the only counter that Wyverns have against Riflemen is, in fact, that of mobility. That is the one big edge that they hold over Rifles. And this is why I'm not going to say that you have no chance. If you were to attack move into each other, Rifles win. But if you were to play the map and avoid combat and expand and get 2 towers and fortified defenses, and then you harass workers from behind the trees with Wyverns, and you have a different control group set up, and your 2 heroes are creeping some small camps, and the Wyverns are... Oh, hold on a second. That's a mistake. I think he did a box select and he accidentally took all of his gold peasants. This is a new one on Bronze League Heroes. We have not seen this one before. I'm not sure when he's going to become aware of it. In fact, some newer RTS games, even some older ones like Age of Mythology, Age of Empires 2 and 4, and some other games like Godsworn and Battle Aces. There's lots of games where they've either made it so that you cannot control your workers, they just cannot be controlled, which I personally find an impoverishment of the experience that you can have as an RTS player for the most part. but I'm not going to say it has no place in gaming. But there's also games where you can control your workers, but there are modifier keys. If I hold Alt, then I also control all my peasants and army. But if I don't hold Alt, it's only all my army units in the box select. So I think this is a perfect example that the peasants kerfuffle is a perfect example of why these systems exist in modern RTS and even older RTS, because there is a need for it. I think if you asked me 15 years ago, I would have scoffed, laughed, and judged and denied that it is necessary or good. But since I have become more casual, more in touch with the casual, even I can see the need for it, the usefulness of it. And so long as it's not a mandatory system, but something you can opt in and out of, yeah, I love it. So on the other side, we've got Insu. He's got 2 attack upgrades on his wyverns. He's getting an armor upgrade as well. So rifles do insane damage. Something like, I don't know, 35 damage per hit against wyverns. And armor is going to drop that a bit. It's going to do like, right now they have 0% damage reduction. Then they're going to have like 11% damage reduction. So instead of 35, it's going to be like 32 damage. That's pretty cool, but that still only needs like 18 hits to kill a wyvern, 19 hits or so. And he's got 6 rifles, so if all of them shoot 3 times, a wyvern dies. And yeah, you know, that's cool. It depends if he's going to focus the wyverns or not. Looks like... Oh, no! Help! Help! No! You're supposed to keep your paladin to the back. He can save anyone, but who can save him? Oh, wow. You know, I feel like DayWalker is a bit of a people pleaser. He's always trying to make people around him feel good with his aura of devotion, healing them and everything. And it's so sad, but he never looks out for himself. He never says,
Cheers, Grubby.
I would like to just do nothing this Saturday. I would like to reserve this Saturday just for me time. I would like to crawl up on the couch, watch some Netflix, catch up with my favorite shows, and if someone calls, can you look after my children? Can you look after my goldfish for a few hours? Can you help me move city for the next 13 hours? That he just says, no, I can't. And they're like, why not? He's like, I'm busy. Like, you're busy? What do you mean? You always help me. I know, but I'm busy right now. What are you doing? What are you doing? You got a project? You got work? Do you have a birthday party? No. I am busy with idle time. I need some time for myself. So you're doing nothing, but you can't help me? You're so selfish. No, I have been very helpful to you the whole year, and I will still help you, but it's very important for me to have some personal time right now. And just heal my soul, you know? And I wish DayWalker would do that more. And he did. He town-ported out of that fight. This was not his fight. He doesn't need to help his family move house right now. They could hire a company, they could ask someone else. He's always ready for them. He TP'd out because that was not his fight. He let his rifles fight by themselves, TP'd out of the fight. I love it. And so now what DayWalker needs is someone to help him. Because whoever asked how he is doing, they don't, do they? They never ask how he's doing. He needs someone to heal him. So if he could build an Arcane Sanctum and maybe get something like a Blood Mage Banish to save him from attack, gets a Sanctum to get some priest healing. Yeah, I think DayWalker could be in a very, very good situation. So he's got his 1/1 attack upgrades, one attack, 1 armor, but he's making a very risky play. He's allowing his base to be open to attack while being as far away as possible without a pound turtle. So if the wyvern guy decides to go here, it's duck hunting season. But it's not ducks we will be hunting, if you know what I mean. Wink. Nudge. We're hunting ducks. Alright. But it's peasants. Here we go. Scroll the beast. Peasants are under attack. Ah, the beautiful dulcet tones of death in the human base. Dead peasants. A call to arms has been sounded. But who will answer it? The gendarmerie is out in full force. But the wyvern mafia will not take any prisoners. And meanwhile, DayWalker, who was just trying to have a bit of a day walk in the bottom right, picks up a very good item, but he's walking home with formations, ergo even slower. And he will find out that when he comes home, there is no home to return to. And ain't that just the thing of it? So sad. So much potential. His army was so much better. But remember, guys, I set the stage for this moment. Oh, one peasant survived! He still has a chance! He just needs to try and rebuild the town hall. Holy light, the blood mage. Kill the wyverns. Oh no, he clicked the farseer. No, he clicked the farseer! You can kill all of these wyverns in 1 second! He clicked... If you're gonna click the farseer, please just make knights next time. Don't go rifles. Oh my god. Oh. Please. Please. I don't feel whole anymore after seeing that. I feel like there's a piece of me missing after seeing that. Do you know how many wyverns could die in the period of time that they saw each other? Every single one. It's like 1.5 shots for that rifle group to kill a wyvern. And you know the worst part? Insu is gonna think that wyverns counter riflemen. Because when you both click each other's hero, wyverns do the job faster. And you know what? He's right. Just click hero and just use this one easy hack. He's just gonna ignore him? No. He's just gonna kill the hero. Yeah, there we go. Chain lightning, hex. There it is. Look, he's clicked the shadow. Oh my god! You can kill the wyverns! Please kill one! Please kill one before you leave. Please. Stop attacking the shadow. Please. One wyvern. There we go. Alright, you can leave now. Thank you. Thank you very much. What did we learn from this? What did we learn? I hope we learned something. We did, right? Actually, the first time I tried wyverns. That's you? Wyverns are unbeatable. Alright. That's pretty good. Hey, well played. 3-3 wyverns. Dude, you gotta teach me how you keep your wyverns alive. That was sick. So sick. GG.